Hi everybody, here we are with a prismatic compass, and in this video we are going to discuss mostly the types of bearing, that is the whole circle bearing, the reduced bearing. Then after that we will go through the foresight and the back bearing as well. Here we will be calculating and converting the whole circle bearing into reduced bearing, and then we will do it vice versa. So in case this topic interests you, you can stay back in the video or skip it and see you next time, right? So here we begin with the whole circle bearing. Here we have the whole circle bearing, distributing it into 4 quadrants now over here. So right on top you will have the 0 mark over here, or 360 degrees when you come back after complete rotation. Then here you have the 90 degree mark, and here 180 and 270 here. So now whenever we are using a prismatic compass, as you have seen, it always points towards the north. So we have to always convert the readings either in the reduced bearing form or in the whole circle form. So right here we'll discuss the whole circle bearing, and the readings that we'll take in whole circle bearing, we'll convert them back to the reduced bearing, and vice versa for a few of them, right? So now, for example, if we have a bearing that is somewhere over here, right? Now we are looking at the line of sight over here, and the north over here is this point itself, which is a 0. I'm not talking about the errors. I've talked in the last video just before this only. And now assuming that this is about 75 degrees. 75 degrees. I'll just increase the font of it, right? So that you get a better view of it. So say 75 degrees. 75 degrees over here, right? So here we have 75 degrees. Now when we talk about the whole circle bearing, we always take it with reference to the north. So from here, the angle that is coming up over here is coming right over here and up to here, and we will write it in the form of whole circle bearing as 75 degrees itself. So when it is indicated as 75 degrees, it means it's in a whole circle bearing. Now the other option that we are going to take is coming in the second coordinate over here. So when it's over here, this angle here, and it comes up to this point, and it's less than 180. So let's say it is 165 degrees. So this is 165 degrees over here, right? 165 degrees over here. So the whole circle bearing will be written as 165 degrees itself. Let's come down into the third coordinate. Now this angle comes right from the north, right from here, and it comes up to this point. So here it comes, and let's assume it as 250 degrees over here, right? So this is say 250 degrees over here, 250 degrees. Then in the fourth coordinate we come and assuming it to be somewhere around over here. The line say is somewhere around here, and the angle that is to be calculated comes right from the north, that is your 0 point, and this will be your angle that's going to come up till here, right? We can say that this is about 300 degrees over here. So 300 degree right over here. So this is all going in the whole circle bearing. When we talk about the whole circle bearing, we means the whole circle. And when it's a circle, it's obviously that it starts from 0 and ends at 360 degrees. So this is the whole circle bearing. Now we are going to just change the perspective and come back to the reduced bearing section. I hope this is clear, and then we'll be converting the whole circle bearing into reduced bearing and reduced bearing into whole circle bearing. And I'll give you one or two short little things, problems. You will have to solve it and just answer me. So I proceed ahead with it, and I can assure you that you will be masters in surveying, and surveying is one of the heart of civil engineering. Without mastering surveying, you will never be able to be a successful engineer in life. These are the few readings that we have taken recently, and they are in whole circle bearing. In the first coordinate it was 75, in the second coordinate it was 165, the third one was 250, and the final fourth coordinate it was 300 degrees. Now we are going to convert them directly into the reduced bearing. So be a bit attentive and pay attention, and it's very easy. There's no difficulty in it, and you'll get to know it very easily. I have a little suggestion for you, so you better read it and act accordingly, and this will help you in your careers. Now, in order to take out the reduced bearings of the whole bearings that we had taken out, I have marked a north over here right into the figure, right over here. Here you have the north, and then you have the south pole over here. And whenever we take reduced bearing, we always take it either from the north or from the south. So as we had gone through the different bearings, whole circle bearings, that was 75 degrees, 165 degrees, 250 degrees, and then finally 300 degrees. So we are going to convert them slowly in the form of reduced bearings. So kindly be attentive, and it's quite easy. It's not a very difficult task. There is only a slight technique in it which you need to catch, and once you catch it, there will be never any problem again. This first reading of 75 whole circle bearing comes in the first coordinate. So how we are going to convert it into reduced bearing is just by putting the directions or adding the direction simply to the same. So here we have it. It is 75 degrees north, 75 degrees east in the reduced. A bit of attention over here for 165 whole circle bearing. Now since this is closer to the south, so how we are going to write the reduced bearing of 165 degrees whole circle bearing? So we will write it in south 15 degrees east. Why? Because 165 lies closer to 180 degrees, which is supposed to be the south. 15 degrees comes after subtracting 180 minus 165. So here it is important to note that we always take the reduced bearing either from the north or from the south, whichever side it is closer. That meaning that if it's closer to the north, then we'll take the north first, and if it's closer to the south or next to the south, we'll accept the south first. East and west are not used. They are just used for demarcation. With east and west, we always use north and south for our conversion to reduce bearing over here. We are having this at 250 degrees from the north, right from here and up to here. So this is 250 degrees as a whole circle bearing. Now here above I've converted it. 250 minus 180. Why 180? Because when we travel the north up to the south, when we reach this point, it is obvious that it is 180 degrees over here. So it is 180 here, right? So that's why we have subtracted this 180 over here from 250. Now what is the result that we are going to get over here? Here we are going to write right in the beginning south, then we will have 50 degrees towards the west. In the previous one, you must have noticed when we were in the second quadrant, we were using south and east. Here we are using south and west. So I am taking all the different coordinates so that the difference may appear right in front of your eyes and you have a better understanding and a clear picture of the whole circle and the reduced circle bearing. So now we'll come back to the final one, and that is supposed to be the 300 degree one over here. So we'll talk about this 300 degrees over here. So here we will take the reading considering the north right in the beginning. So the reading will come up to north 60 degrees north, 60 degrees west. So these are the four coordinates where we need to pay a bit of attention and in order to differentiate them. And how we differentiate them, I think I've been able to explain you. In the last, I'll just give you a summary. If you have any questions, any queries, any sorts of doubts related to surveying in any form, you can just put down a question onto the comment box and I'll be there to help you out. Hoping that you'll be watching this video and you'll get an extract out of it. I'll just provide the summary at the end for all of these four readings so that you can recheck it and try it yourself as well. So thank you very much and my best wishes to all of you. So here we have the final summary. Here is the whole circle bearing, and this side I have added the reduced bearings. Now for the whole circle bearing of 75 degrees, it was converted to north 75 degrees east in the reduced bearing. Similarly, the whole circle bearing of 165 degrees that was lying in the second quadrant was converted to south 15 degrees east, and then in the third quadrant we had 250 degree as the whole circle bearing, and it was converted into south 70 degrees west. And finally in the fourth quadrant it was 300 degrees as the whole circle bearing, and it was converted into north 60 degrees west. So this is the summary for the full video which I have completed today, and I'd like to have your views. Give your views in, and it will give me more encouragement to create more videos and better videos for you. So thanks a lot for watching, and my best wishes to you for all your exams.